Hey guys, it's coffee time. Oh yes. I had one of those mornings. Okay, I know that this happens to other people, but I don't know how many people in the population it happens to. So, I do this thing sometimes where I'm desperately trying to wake up, but I can't. And so my brain keeps reenacting the act of waking up, but I'm never actually waking up. Oh gosh, it drives me insane. And then I finally wake up for reals and I'm like, thank God. They say that when that starts happening, if you can, it's best to just let yourself fall back to sleep and then just naturally wake up, like repeat the process, rather than being aware that you're sleeping and trying to wake up constantly. Because then you just keep like, well, for me anyway, this is what I do. I keep reenacting waking up over and over and over again, and each time, like during the process of like getting out of bed, climbing down the stairs, walking around in my room, I'm like, am I actually awake this time? I can't tell. Am I really awake this time? But when you actually wake up, you're like, yes, this feels right. It's so weird. Yeah, I don't do that all the time. But the mornings that I do, it's really frustrating because I always wind up sleeping way later than I meant to. It's like my alarm's going off and I'm like, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. And it's like an hour later that I finally get up and I'm like, I've been in school all the time. Anyway, so that was my morning. Fake waking up over and over and over again. And I had a million weird dreams. Yeah. A million weird dreams. So speaking of that, we were talking about how, at restaurants, sometimes they make really outrageous claims. Like, we went to Freebirds last night, we played D&D last night, but it was weird because one of the people in our crew moved away, one of the people in our crew is in Germany, and then there was just the two of us, and then two new dudes. So we were like, oh, this is weird. So we had to catch everybody up on what was going on. And then we had to create a situation where, cause we didn't want to play their characters. We didn't want to turn them into NPCs, or to have the DM be in charge of them. So we had like this whole big thing happen where the two of them like were pulled into a void and we were like, I was drunk at the time. Well, I wasn't drunk. I made the mistake. There was scrying water, and my character's really stupid, and so I drank some of the water, and then I started tripping balls. So it was literally just Nathan, our cleric dwarf, trying to save all of us. He saved me. Somehow he grappled me, which I was really surprised about because I am buff. I'm not good up here, but I am buff. Yeah, anyway, so we were like catching everybody up on it, and it was really fun, but it was very different from usual. But before we played, we decided to go get Freebirds, which is it's like Chipotle except a little bit different. So we went in and we were like, yeah, burritos every day, so delicious. And on their chalkboard behind where the dudes are, it says, over 1 trillion different choices. Or was it over 1 trillion different combinations? That was the word. Over 1 trillion different combinations. And we were all like... And my friend Jared, who had joined the game, he was like sitting there like kind of lost in his head for a while. And he was like, there's no possible way. Like that's... Like, mathematically, there's no way that works out. And I was like, well, wait a minute. What if, like, on one burrito, they gave you kind of a heaping scoop of rice, but on the next burrito, they gave you, like, a pretty leveled off scoop of rice, and the dude's behind the counter. It was the time of night where they just did not care anymore. And so they were, like, riffing with us forever about how there is no possible way that Freebirds has over 1 trillion different combination choices. We were looking around going... 1 trillion? Really? Over 1 trillion? Interesting. It was, you know. It's funny though, because businesses always make claims like that. Where they're like, oh no, there are billions of different things you could do here. And you're like what goes into that math that you're doing there? I'm curious. Because yes, at Freebirds there are many different choices. That you can choose out of 4 different types of tortillas. There are 2 different types of rice. There are 3 different meat options, 4 if you count vegetables as meat. There are different sauces you can use. There are different toppings you can use. I was given a high 5 for saying, "Give me everything." I felt pretty cool about that. He had a lot of trouble closing up my burrito though. I was like, "Can I get a veggie burrito on spinach?" And yeah, once you get to the toppings, just all of it. Just do all of it. Like, they have like 2 different types of onions, both types of onions. Give me some garlic. Oh yeah, jalapenos. All of it. Give me all of it. That's what I do at Subway too. And they always kind of look at me like, "I hate you so much," because it's fine until they have to close the thing, right? Because at Subway, you know, they have like the piece of bread that they don't entirely cut all the way, so then they have to like, and then like try to chop it. Every time I go into Subway, I'm like, "Hey, can I get a veggie with everything?" And then they go, get so angry. I don't put sauces on it though, so that kind of helps. I get salt, pepper, oil, and vinegar, but I don't like sauces on sandwiches. I don't like sauces on anything. They're like, I'm not a fan. I used to put ketchup on a lot of things. And sometimes my mom and I would make turkey sandwiches with Italian salad dressing on them, but we would only put a little bit so that it would soak into the bread, not like so much that it was like this weird dripping, oozing thing. I don't know. I don't like sauces. They don't add enough to it for me to make it worth it. I put guac on my burritos, but that doesn't count as a sauce because it's like thick, you know? It's not a sauce to me. It's when they're like, "Do you want mayo?" I'm like, "No, not really." Or, "Do you want our special Chipotle tomato spinach sauce of the month?" And I go, "Nah, I think I'm good. Thank you though. You're so nice." Over 1 trillion different choices, you guys. If you ever go into Freebirds, you should be like, "Over 1 trillion?" See what they say. Because the dudes behind the counter for us were super awesome. They drew one of their like dips that you can get. They were putting chips into bags for us, and they dropped like a huge handful of chips into the sauce, and they were like, just mixed it in, and we were like, "What?" They were like, "We're about to close. Don't worry about it." We were like, "Okay. We don't work here, and we're not getting that sauce, so it's fine." But yeah, last night was pretty fun. One of the dudes is playing one of our old NPCs. So that's kind of interesting because as an NPC, he would always, like, he would travel with us, and then the second stuff was about to go down, he'd disappear. So we're like, I wonder how you're gonna play that character. We are so good on healing, though, can I just say. Our DM really wanted to kill us last night, though. And every now and then, DMs get that. They're like, "Tonight I'm gonna kill you guys." I'm like, "No, that's okay. We lived." Barely. I was down. Oh man, I had like 6 hit points left, I think. And I was like, "I'm gonna go over here and use my second wind. Bye guys." I'm like the tank. I'm like, "Peace out." But we have, one of our druids has a giant bear as his familiar. That bear does so much damage. I was like, "Bear, you got this." His name is Bearfriend. Bearfriend. Except, slurred. We've just decided he's German. Bearfriend. Yes. So the bear was just mauling people, and I was like, "Bye! Gonna heal now." So yeah, we've got a dwarf druid, a dwarf cleric, and a gnome bard. And then me, a dragonborn warrior. And Torment! Torment the tiefling. Oh, Torment, I hope we get you back. And our DM hasn't just made a situation where when you come back from Germany, we're going, "Hey, so your character was pulled into the void. We love you so much, you're so pretty." Hope he comes back. I don't care if Leilani comes back, because he moved away. But if Torment's gone, that's gonna be really sad, because he's really funny. Anywho. Yep. That's about all that I have to say about that. You have a trillion different choices of things to say in the comments. No, see, that's not even a bad claim. You have not infinite, but so many choices of things you could say in the comments. We don't run our business like freebirds here at Coffee Time. I only speak the truth. Mostly. Anywho, I have another art project that I want to do. Maybe I'll do that tonight. After I'm done editing and everything's rendering and it's all fun and warm and fuzzy. I'm gonna go to work. So I hope that you guys have a good day. And I will talk to you again tomorrow. Okay. Bye-bye. Mwah.